What is up, party people? It's your boy AJ Baby back with week 3 of the NBA Draft League against Keegan. Your New England Pidgeots coming off a win. Last week we're at 1-1 right now, so we're looking to get a little bit nasty in week 3. You'll notice that this is a recording of the week 3 matchup because my mic was not set up properly during the recording, so my live commentary will not be there. So I'm just going to walk through kind of my thought process through this game, which might be nice, honestly, a little bit of a different speed of things because I know that I tend to get quiet a little bit during games as I'm focusing up. But basically, what I'm seeing here on the screen, basically everything I expected minus no Hearthflame, which I thought looked pretty scary. But I'm glad to see the Deoxys Speed and Mammo because I got Orthworm specially made his one appearance for this Mamoswine. And then Deoxys Speed lead, I have a special Zeraora with Fake Out Quick Attack that will absolutely obliterate it. So I'm pretty happy when I see this. I'm ready to go. Click that Zeraora. Let's do it. Basically, even if Deoxys Speed isn't the lead, or Attack, whichever one it is, isn't the lead, Zeraora is always good. It basically Fake Out Close Combats everything. So even this Mamoswine is going to get Fake Out Close Combated. It technically could be Scarf. I wasn't really thinking about that during the game. So after this Fake Out, I could have gotten messed up. But that wouldn't have been too big of an issue because I would have been able to go into Orthworm and start worming there. So a little bit of an oversight, not thinking about that Scarf. But I am just going to go ahead and click Fake Out right off the bat. My cat is in the way. What is up, kitty cat? And we're down. This was a big turn, obviously, for Keegan. He was not expecting this lead. So he takes a little bit of time here. But Fake Out does go off. And I'm just there is a bit of a choice I could have made here. I could have went Volt Switch expecting Giratina to come in to switch in on the fighting move. But I think with the first turn of the game, you have to click what's in front of you. And if I had clicked like Volt Switch in front of this and he just goes EQ or Rock or something like that, it's just like so bad. So I do click the Close Combat. Giratina comes in. I click Volt Switch right away and go into my Tinglu because Tinglu absolutely sits on Giratina for forever. Even with the +1/+1, I think Rocks is the best move strictly because he can be +3/+3 for all I care. He's not really clicking very hard on me. So I can go Stealth Rocks into Whirlwind if he decides to stay in. Right now, what I was searching was, I believe, Taunt. If this Pokemon got Taunt, I would have made a little bit of a different play, I think. But it does not have Taunt, so I just click Stealth Rocks, get those up. And then if he stays in, next turn I will click Whirlwind. If he doesn't stay in, then I kind of play accordingly. So I'm like really enjoying the start for me. In general, I got a little bit of Mammo, kind of scouted a little bit on Giratina, got my rocks up, and now we got a booster attack Iron Valiant. So I wasn't surprised that Iron Valiant came, but I was surprised that it was booster attack. I'm assuming it's booster attack strictly because, you know, Tinglu's ability kind of messes with special attackers. But it was a little bit of a surprise, so I'm doing some calcs here. I have two options, basically, is stay in on this close combat, which doesn't kill, which is awesome, or switch out into my Galarian Slowking, which can take a knockoff because of Cold Barberry, but then that gets a little bit more sketchy. So my thought process here is that since I can live a close combat no matter what, Whirlwind just looks exceptional because it gets rid of his booster attack, and if he does happen to be any sort of setup move, it also negates that as well. Like, best case scenario, he hits knockoff and I take like no damage and I get the Whirlwind, so that's like amazing. And then I also know that I can live a low kick because I'm max defense, so I just click Earthquake and it just obliterates the Deoxys attack, and I'm feeling electric. I'm absolutely loving it. My assumption and what does end up happening is Iron Valiant coming back out. You know, it's a free click. I obviously didn't have a switch in for before because, you know, I stayed in with the Tinglu. So I think he thinks the same thing here. Because Tinglu's kind of done its job, I think clicking Whirlwind looks like the best play just to, again, negate that setup opportunity. So I just do some quick calcs just to double check some things, but then I think pretty quickly I come to the realization that it's whirlwind time. Make sure he can't set up and just let Tinglu have done its job. Get rocks up, get a kill, bing bang boom, click that whirlwind. One day I'll click the whirlwind. I don't remember when I'm calcing. Here we go, whirlwind gets clicked. I die, but I'm in a really nice spot. Glow King's like perfect. I'm gonna continue just clicking what's in front of me. It was very easily a chilly reception turn. So if I think something to learn moving forward is that this is a very obvious switch out position, especially with a Pokemon, like Blissey, like Mamoswine in the back, ready to take a poison move. So you saw me hovering it there. I was thinking about it, but I decided I'd rather just make sure I can get this kill if it stays in. However, I make the wrong play and click Sludge Bomb, and I have to do a chilly reception here on this turn to try and get into a matchup I like. He goes with Reflect, which is like pretty problematic because, Diamond Storm was doing a lot of damage to Blissey without this Reflect, and then obviously both my Zeraora, Orthworm, and Calyrex are all physical, so it's kind of an issue. But my thought process here, going into the Zeraora, is he knows for sure I have this close combat, and while I'm not going to kill this, I can absolutely 2-hit KO, and I can't get T-Waved or anything like that from the Blissey. So my thought is he's for sure going to go into Giratina here. Clicking Volt Switch is turbo free, and it ends up working out, and now I get set up with Diancie, who looks really, really strong right now. Like, in my eyes, like, Giratina probably can't take one of these, but he does stay in, and he does take it. However, he clicks Calm Mind, which I think was not a great click. Had he clicked Shadow Ball or anything else, I think maybe he gets in a better position. But now I get to click Moonblast again for free, and he has to decide who wants to take it. It does seem like it makes the most sense for Blissey to come in, just because, it's Blissey, it's the pink blob, it tanks moves. So I'm sure he's doing some calcs, seeing if he can live 2 Moonblasts, 2 whatever's on other things, and kill, but he does end up coming in with Blissey. The rocks are doing their job for sure. Even with the Reflect up, I think Diamond Storm is the right click. Not only will it do slightly more damage, at least I'm pretty sure it does more damage, but also gives me that chance for that +2 defense. And that will be super, super nice. If, I get into a situation with Valiant or anything else like that, that would use a physical move into me. Maybe I have a little bit better survivability moving into the end game. So I'm going to click Diamond Storm. We'll see what that does for me. It does 25, which is pretty good. And he clicks Healing Wish, which not really what I was expecting. But he goes right back into the Giratina. I'm assuming this is his win con at this point. If he's, sacking his Blissey off to get right back into this Giratina to give me another free Moonblast. This Giratina must be very, very important. But like I said, this is another free Moonblast. So this is still a tough turn for him. In my head, like, you can't come into Yveltal, it'll probably die. You can't stay with Giratina, it's going to die in 2, and it's obviously important. Iron Valiant will die in 1. So Mamoswine is the only thing here. And it doesn't really do anything for the rest of the game anyway, so I think it's a good sack on Keegan's part to pick that Mamoswine. Right now I believe I go in Calc, Iron Valiant for a Steel move, because it will be faster than me and hit me hard. So just double checking it didn't have Steel move. It doesn't. So in my head, I'm thinking, nicey, I am certainly going to live this. Next hit from Iron Valiant. So my assumption is, okay, Valiant's faster. It's going to come in, click on me, because everything else is going to die. But obviously, it's not as straightforward as I think, because Keegan is taking a little bit to make his choice here. I believe Yveltal comes in pretty soon. I know that it is Yveltal, so I will spoil, but it's a long... There we go. Well, you can see it a bunch of times. Sorry, Yveltal. He comes in and I click an Auto Moonblast. Diamond Storm doesn't seem to be any good behind the Reflect, but I do get a crit, and I didn't think it would matter, but it does matter. He is Assault Vest, so it wouldn't have killed before, which is pretty unfortunate for him, pretty great for me. It's even more unfortunate now that we see that needing 4%, so any hit from Yveltal there would have been absolutely electric. So I basically just click a Moonblast to end the game. Diancie gets like 4 this week, and I take a little bit longer than I need to here to try and make sure I don't throw this game while also getting the kill to Calyrex. So I just do a little calcs, make sure you can't get 2-shot by Shadow Ball or anything like that. And then I do believe I go into Calyrex here after some quick calcs. I click Glacial Lance because if he clicks any move, he'll die. If he clicks Rest, he'll die in 2. And I will be good. And that is the game. Your New England Pidgeots are 2-1, 2-4 Pokemon wins in a row, which is really nice for the diff and really nice for the confidence. So I'm feeling pretty nice going into a huge matchup with Mr. Hotmons himself, as he is in first place. So this is going to be a massive week. So tune in next week for that electric match. Hopefully I can pull out the dub. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.